How'd life change for old silly Gilly after he hit 60 and then 54? Did life change? Did you have an uptick? What was going on? You were getting video game covered. I mean, what's going on?
Hey, I was a rock star, baby. Like I was like a rock. You couldn't tell me nothing. I even put in a rule with the team. It wasn't a hard rule, but it was a rule. If you don't make $5 million, do not talk to me directly. I am a superstar now.
Well, Gilbert, this interview is over.
It was like talk to someone who makes $5 million. If they make $5 million, then they can relate a message.
Yeah, you got to have Luke Walton.
Yeah. So it was one of those where at that time we were just all as a unit, just having fun. We felt like real. There's some teams you're on and you're an NBA team, but you don't feel like an NBA team. We felt like we were an NBA team. Like we were going places. There's people standing outside and waiting for you. It's like we made it. We're to the point where I'm famous enough to have people wait at 2 a.m.
Was that a problem to stay focused? I mean, you have this celebrity now, and you. Is the team going out and partying too much because you can?
There's just certain cities you're going to party in no matter what. Miami. Some guys go to Houston, Atlanta, L.A., New York, Boston. You're going to find your hot spots to party and just let some air, let your hair down, especially if you have like a day off or something. But you have your party boys, you have your dinner guys, and then you have your, sit in the room movie guys. You have a little bit of it. You got your strip club guys, so you got your team doing what it does at a very high level.
What guy were you?
Day before the game, I was a sit in the room, order, room service and watch movies.
But sometimes you had to diversify what kind of guy you were. Sometimes you were a strip club guy, maybe, right?
Not the day before the game. So
that's good.
It was, I think I learned a habit from Magic Johnson. He said it. He was like, yeah, I don't have sex the night before the game. Like, I thought that was a real thing. So I'm like, oh, that's what Magic Johnson does. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? So you have these little things that you put in your brain that you heard from superstars, right? And you try to implement them in your life. So during the season, I was like, you know what? This is the season. This is when I need to be focused. So I'm only going to go out 2 times this year. So whoever's birthday is popping, I'm going to that one. The rest of y'all can just basically fuck off.
You're, by the way, the first guest to use Magic Johnson as sex advice as a reference on this podcast. No one's done that ever. Also, I mean, he must have, if he didn't do it before a game, he must have put like 2 or 3 up on off days or something because he was a machine.
But, come on, you heard that, right? You heard him say that before. Back
I've never heard
the
that.
90s.
I heard
do remember in the
makes
Showtime.
your legs weak, but that's all I heard.
In the Showtime book, I remember he loaned his car to a teammate, and the car lit on fire and blew up, and he didn't even care about the car, but he was mad that a girl's number was in the glove compartment. That's how much ass Magic got in the 80s.
Wow.
I mean, that was before the apps. You couldn't just, you had to have a number.
Little black book.
But you know how like the AC Green stories, he didn't have sex until he got, like, those are the things that, when you're a kid, you listen to and you like, this is what makes these guys great.
Yeah. We got to ask you, because we had Shane Battier on this podcast, actually, and we talked about the Duke-Arizona game.
Straight trash. Straight trash, bro.
Yeah, what's your relation like with Shane?
You were hurt that game, right? You were hurt.
Yeah, I was hurt. I just hate all Duke players. Like, it's just one of those things that you just, if they came from Duke, you just naturally just hate them. And he was on a team that defeated us. He was a great leader. He willed that team with his leadership. That and the refs helped, but he was a great leader for that Duke team.
Now,
that beat us.
Did Coach K come try to mentor you guys after you guys lost to them? Because He was known to like go into losing teams like locker room and say, "Hey guys, I just want to say you guys had a great game plan versus us, and you all are extraordinary young men."
No, I don't think he was coming into the Luke Walton, the Lute Olson locker room, making that type of speech.